appreciate everybody coming out for this event. Our purpose today is to finalize a long and arduous process which involves compliance with code enforcement, not just at this particular site, but throughout North Columbia. This particular location is symbolic of from where we've come. It's been a long and arduous process, also having to take the legal route, and we have decided, and the process has allowed us to demolish this building, pure and simple. This building has been an eyesore over the years. It's been a deterrent to commercial and other economic development. It has also served as a safety hazard to the surrounding communities and the neighborhood in particular. And we're going to share with you, myself, Ms. Devine, my colleague, Ms. Ellen Cooper, a resident of this area, and Chief Jenkins, the road that we've traveled. I may come back, but right now I'm going to let Ms. Devine say a few words.
Thank you, Mr. Davis, and thank you all for being here. My entire time on council, when I come to the Cottontown neighborhood specifically, but other business owners in this area, they always ask about what is the city going to do about this building. I will have to say that as a city representatives, we do not take demolishing any properties lightly, and we certainly want to make sure that we give all property owners every opportunity to bring their properties up. But we also have to balance that against the things that Mr. Davis has talked about, code enforcement, crime and safety, other things that make every part of this city viable for redevelopment, safe neighborhoods, and really opportunity for us to recognize that if we are going to have the vision that we've had for this corridor and others, that we cannot allow dilapidated properties to take away from that. So with that said, I'm very proud to stand with my colleagues today and the neighborhood leaders, the fire department, the police department, and other administrators at the city to announce our plans to demolish this property. We have worked long and hard on this corridor, and we certainly recognize that this is just one step closer to getting what we want and what we see for North Columbia, and specifically the North Main corridor, and that's opportunities for revitalization. I would add that this is just one of many properties that the city has aggressively worked with property owners trying to rehabilitate, and if rehabilitation is not possible, look to demolishing it to make way for something new and productive to come here. Earlier this week, we demolished our 50th house after 2 years of going through housing, and this is the first commercial structure that we've gone after. But what I would say is that I hope that this sends a message to everybody that we want everybody to be part of the future and the vision that we have for the city. We want you to provide you the resources necessary to repurpose and make structures productive to the growth of our city. But if we do have things that are a deterrent for us to redevelop an area, we will aggressively pursue all avenues to make sure that it does not keep us from revitalizing any part of this city. So I thank you all for being here. I want to specifically thank the city staff, Chief Jenkins, Chief Santiago, and all the men and women of the police and fire department, because as they can tell you, this property and others like it add and make their jobs harder. It makes our city not as safe as it could be, and so I'm just so proud that they have done everything that they need to do. They've dotted their I's, they've crossed their T's, they've worked with neighborhoods, and now we're finally here to be able to put this property and make this property available. Well, I say available. Hopefully the property owners will be able to do something with this property to make it a productive and producing and contributing structure on this corridor. So thank you so much to the police department and fire department and city administration.
Well, I'm Ellen Cooper. I'm a resident here in Cottontown, immediate past president of the neighborhood Cottontown. As you know, is a historic designated area. We have worked with the city over the past 2 or 3 years to do something with this building. We've talked to the owners, we've gone to court with the city in terms of getting something done, and this is hindering our neighborhood, was the position that the board of Cottontown took. And I'd like to thank the city. I'd like to thank the 2 council people that are here today for staying with us and moving and getting this done. Chief Jenkins has been particularly helpful in letting us know when the court dates were and inviting us to be a part of that. So I thank the city for all that they have done, and thank you, Councilman Davis.
I don't think it's much more that can be said other than this has been a long process. We've been in court with the owners of this property. We've tried everything we could to work with them. It is not a desire to tear down any building. We want everything to be productive. But however, in this case, it was just not a choice. We've issued somewhere around 19 citations just on this building alone. Again, we have tried to work with the owners, however, to no avail, so we're at this point. I do want to thank Ms. Cooper because she said I kept her informed. Well, she stayed on top of me. And I appreciate her, her tenacity in keeping me on track. I think I give a lot of credit to Mr. Davis. Certainly he stayed on top of me as well. And City Council, Mr. Vine. And also I want to thank City Manager because she's certainly supported us in this effort. And we just appreciate the work that our fire marshals did and stay on top of this as well because they wouldn't let it go. And I know the station across him, they had to bear not only with the neighborhood, the condition of this building. And your worst fear is because of the condition of this building and how it has deteriorated, one day it's going to come in burning and somebody's going to be inside there. We can't get to it. So we have condemned this building. I don't know if you noticed there is an X on this building. And that tells our firefighters, do not go inside. So if someone was inside, we wouldn't go inside because it just got deteriorated. So again, we just appreciate it. Like I say, it has been a long process. We're glad we're at this point to get this knocked down and hopefully get a new business on this property. So again, thank you all for being here, and we just appreciate it.
In closing, I think there are 3 themes you've heard so far: process, safety, quality of life, and investment. These are the kinds of things that are impacting us citywide, and we have put forth a concerted effort to honestly work with property owners. We do not take properties, and so it has to be done. I think you really have to think about the safety factors involved. Missing children, stash away places for stolen goods, those kinds of things, and appearance. Our goal is to increase investment along every one of these corridors: North Main, Farrow Road, Monticello, Fairfield, even Two Notch. And this is what it's going to take. If it comes to that, then we make sure, as has been said, we dot our I's and cross our T's. We follow the law, we go through the process, and we provide ample opportunities for the property owners to cooperate and do the right thing. And as has been said, those who do not want to cooperate, then it brings us to this point, and then we support staff, we support the process, we respect the process, but we also understand that we have got to protect the quality of life for people who live in the neighborhoods and on those corridors that are contiguous to neighborhoods that have to be faced with this kind of situation. So thank you, and we'll be available for questions.